SavedBlog.com. We are at the theater. Dolly, Jack Diamonds presents the podcast, Eyes Wide Open. Episode 4.
Jack, welcome back to the studio for a new episode of the Eyes Open podcast, with our guest Dr. Papaya. Dr. Papaya, thank you for being here with us tonight. Papaya, thank you, Jack. We are at the podcast studio. Jack, welcome back to the studio for a new episode of the podcast, Eyes Wide Open, with our guest, Drive. Papaya, Dr. Papaya, thank you for being with us tonight. Papaya, thank you, Jack. Jack, we've discussed the critiques of the New Testament by liberal scholars, who don't fully believe in the truth of the Bible. But, we mentioned that there's another way to present the evidence for the resurrection of Jesus. Papaya, yes, it's what I call the critic's path. In presenting the case for the resurrection, we'll only use material accepted by the majority of liberal scholars, such as certain epistles of Paul, which are considered undisputed. It's important to remember that a fact isn't true just because scholars believe it to be true. Rather, scholars believe a fact is true because there is a substantial amount of evidence that supports it. Jack, so, by using the same material accepted by skeptics, we can still find evidence for the resurrection. Papaya, certainly, we'll use what scholar Gary Habermas calls the minimal facts. Despite differing opinions among scholars, there are facts on which nearly all agree. As we said, this isn't due to their personal opinions but because there is objective evidence supporting them. We refer to a minimal fact when we talk about one of these facts. A minimal fact is, therefore, a historical fact, supported by abundant evidence, and accepted by the majority of scholars, including skeptics. Jack. Okay, so, a minimal fact is a fact supported by so much evidence that, with few exceptions, all scholars consider it true. Papaya. You've got it right, Jack. We can be very confident in these facts. Jack. Thank you, Papaya, and now, let's hand it over to Dolly.
We are at the theater. Dolly, for the series, The Disastrous Misadventures of the Broken Luggage Gang. Episode 4, Waiting for the Taxi.
We are on the sidewalk, in front of the observatory. The group is ready with their luggage in front of the lab, waiting for the taxi. The wait is longer than expected. Papaya. Did you take everything? The other two nod distractedly and continue their conversation about the book. Banani. So, in the words of the same liberal scholars, the author finds evidence of the resurrection. How is that possible if liberals, like us, don't believe in the resurrection? Ravioli. It's not about wordplay, but about certain facts that these scholars consider true. The author calls them minimal facts. Banani. So it's based on their opinion. Ravioli. According to the author, scholars base their conclusions on concrete evidence to determine if a fact is true or not. Papaya. From what I know, the resurrection is just a legend, invented by the church to take money from the simpletons who believe in it. Igor. After all the foolish things I've seen these doctors do, the definition of simpleton becomes a very relative concept.
SavedBlog.com.